a slaughterhouse.
Alright, let's go save the non-humans.
Death! What sort of freak is that? It's that sorcerer.
Leave them alone. They've done you no harm.
Right, they're our neighbors. Let's go, lad.
That's so funny.
Thank you. I just about felt the blades chill between my ribs. We've done them no harm.
Just hope Triss isn't not a bad thing about this.
Wait a minute. This isn't Sheila's quarters. This is the brothel.
Where could she be?
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
Don't just stand there. We need to look for clues. Sheila's bodyguard. His neck's broken. No wounds. So that's not his blood.
Triss enters, breaks the guard's neck, then wounds herself? That's stupid.
Dandelion, look.
What is it?
A peephole. Someone might have been spying.
The brothel's behind that wall. Maybe the madam saw what happened.
Let's go.
So hang on, Chad. Before you get all riled up in a deep discussion of Anita Sarkeesian's videos. If you disagree with her, that's fine. It's okay. You can look at what she's saying and come to your own conclusions about, you know, her evaluation. There are many people who think that she has good points, but she doesn't express them well. That's fine. But
What a mess. Somebody had a good time in here. Trashed everything.
try to stay away from saying that it's inappropriate for her to examine games in this way, or that she has an agenda for examining games this way. Criticism of the sort that Anita is doing for games exists for all other media, for books, for movies, for television shows, and it's great, and it's good, and it signifies to a certain extent that gaming is coming into its own as an art form, which I think is really important as a designer. So rather than saying, oh, she clearly has an agenda, she's trying to make games look bad, dismiss that thought. It's really not, it's not a productive thought to let come to the fore, because it's a very easy way to just outright dismiss what she's saying without giving it any consideration at all. Oh, she's just making games look bad for the sake of making them look bad. Don't think that way. That's, you know, I don't want to call anybody out. Sorry if it feels like that, but that's kind of lazy thinking, right? Look at what she's saying and say, you know, is she telling the truth? Do games do these things? Do games have a lot of brothels and strip clubs in them? There's one right next door, right? Do games tend to put women in situations of danger purely to motivate the main character? I mean, that's like a huge trope for the beginning. Like, look at Watch Dogs. They killed my woman, so I'm going to go on a shoot man murder spree. Okay. And yeah, it's not universal, but it's in a lot of places. I think it's more worth our time to examine what she's correct about and what she's not correct about, rather than dismissing her as having an agenda. Just try to stay away from throwing out everything that she says for any reason, whether it's because, oh, she's a feminist or a social justice warrior, therefore I can throw out everything that she says. That doesn't help games. That doesn't help you. Think about these things. If someone says something you disagree with, think about it and say, well, no, I disagree with her conclusions because of point A, B, and C. refute the central argument. Don't resort to name-calling. That's all. P.S. Horkin Chat, you guys rule. You guys are doing a great job of talking about these things. You guys are responding with interest, and you're not just taking what I say at face value either. I've seen a lot of comments on my YouTube videos where I was examining boss fights and things, saying, you know, hey, here's how I felt differently about that fight. You know, I saw a bunch of other people do it and they didn't have any problem at all, and things like this. That's great. Do that for feminist criticism also.
Come back later. We're closed. They've killed one of my girls.
It's Darai, Geralt. That was her room.
What happened?
They murdered her. Yesterday, they loved her, drank wine with her, told her she's pretty. Today, 5 of them came, drunk on blood, screaming filth.
She had a client at the time?
No, she was with me. What are you looking at? I was consoling her.
I was hoping you knew what happened in the next room. I noticed a peephole. But if you were busy...
We were, until we heard voices beyond the wall. Sheila normally cast spells that blocked both sight and sound, but there was nothing like that this time. We started peeping. Me first. I saw that redhead, Triss Merigold, and Cedric, our drunkard ex-squirrel. The redhead approached the magic mirror and said, let's see who our Ice Queen's been talking to recently.
She meant Sheila.
Even I figured that out. She waved her hands, shouted an incantation, and a man appeared in the room, mighty ugly. Darai was so scared, she squealed. When I finally got Darai out of the way, a different figure was in the room, a woman Triss called Philippa.
Greetings, Philippa.
Triss, you're looking nice. Why are you using Sheila's megascope? I can't believe she approved it. That's like using her toothbrush.
Sheila's oblivious to it.
Who am I speaking as? I must be speaking as Triss. That's interesting. I saw someone make a comment in chat. When it comes to feminist problems in gaming, I want to hear them from a girl gamer, not a feminist. That's a really strange thing. I think, to me, that implies that you are dismissing her arguments because she's a feminist, because she's arguing from a specific position. And it's a really dangerous sort of line to thread, right? Because why is she a feminist? Is she a feminist because she's espousing certain views? Is therefore any girl gamer who espouses those same views also a feminist that you can dismiss? No. Don't think that way. Think, okay, she labels herself as a feminist, or other people have labeled herself as a feminist, whatever. I'm taking that label and I'm putting it aside, and I'm listening to what she says. I'm listening to her bullet points and evaluating her arguments. That's where you should look at. Don't dismiss people because they are feminist or men's rights activists or whatever. Look at their arguments and then go from there. So let's see what Triss is saying. I do find this interesting that I've now shifted to speaking on Triss's behalf.
Why did Sheila come to Flotsam?
It's a delicate matter. We need someone at Henselt's court, but he hates sorceresses.
I know.
Henselt's only son died in a hunting accident 3 years ago. The king has failed to sire more offspring, in spite of trying incessantly. Sheila claims she can heal the king's faulty apparatus, but needs very rare ingredients.
Which she intends to harvest from the Kayrin.
Exactly. This way a sorceress will have the king's ear again.
That's all I know, really.
Dandelion, any idea who Philippa is?
Philippa Eilhart, sorceress counselor to King Radovid of Redania. A grand mistress of the world's most fetid cuisine, politics. She's amoral in a crystalline way, so devoid of conscience that she's a phenomenon. Rumor is she's out of favor at the Redanian court. which, if true, she probably arranged herself in order to leave the capital.
What happened to Triss?
I don't know. I already told you about the only conversation I heard, just before those murderers came. They kicked me and stabbed her eye. But I heard fighting from the other room. The sorceress was screaming. When the murderers left, searching for other victims, I peered outside. Thought I saw Cedric sneaking through the alleys towards the forest. He was staggering.
Thank you, Margot. I owe you.
Witcher, wait. Give this to Yorveth.
Matter.
The names of Durai's killers. He'll understand.
So someone in chat just made a really good point. The Witcher 2 passes the Bechdel test, which is that it has to have at least 2 female characters. They have to talk together, and they have to not talk about a man. And we just saw it. There were 2 female characters talking together, not talking about a man. Now, the embarrassing point about the Bechdel test is that it's actually a really, really low bar to clear. 2 female characters total. They have to talk to each other at all about any subject that's not a man. Like, that's a really low bar. We can probably do better. But it's a great point. I think it's worth mentioning. Hey, this game that, you know, it has some of those tropes that maybe we need to examine. Even though it has some of those tropes, it passes the Bechdel test in a way that's, you know, other games don't. For example, I don't think that Far Cry 3 passes the Bechdel test. Not that I recall.
I'd rather not get involved.
Those bastards deserve punishment.
True, but I won't be party to another murder.
Will you turn me in?
No, you've got nothing to worry about. Dandelion, wait here for me. I'm going to find Cedric. Cedric's blood. I just need to follow it.
Chat, you're doing a great job of talking about this. You're all being very reasonable people today. Thank you for that. It's nice to know we can talk about critical gaming issues in my chat and not all get bent out of shape. So, Blood Trail. That's going to be a lot easier to follow. That sexy lamp test. If you can replace her with a sexy lamp, you're a bad writer. Oh, that's so funny. I like that. Someone in chat is saying, I support diversity in games, more full frontal male nudity. So this is actually very interesting, Fimo, because when you look at like the sex scenes, it's very clearly focused on Triss's body and not very much on the Witcher's body. I don't think that we should remove sex from video games, or that it's bad to have sex in video games. But what I think we should do is, as you say, we should make sure that, you know, games are sexy for all audiences. Men and women, gay and straight. Oh no. Okay, false trail. Yes, try that with 2,000 people in the chat. Sub mode. Oh, the quest even told me that drinking a dose of the cat potion could help. That's a good reminder. But I feel clever because I remembered it myself. Yeah, the Witcher's body is horribly scarred. Horribly. I mean, you know, like, some women find that sexy, right? And remember, like, it's not like anybody's going to argue, and I certainly wouldn't argue that there's no place for, like, power fantasies in gaming. Not at all. I think, you know, games like this are fun. They make you feel good. They show off what games do well. It's awesome. We should still have games like this, just like we should still have, you know, pulp, trashy, action, fantasy, romance novels. Like, that's great. There's no problem with that. It only becomes a problem when it's like, that's all there is. Or that's the vast majority of what there is.
Gotta go back, find that trail.
Dang, what? Does it go this way? I don't see it. Huh, multiple wrong ends. This is back in town, right? Yeah. Welcome to Lost with Steven. Yes, today on Let's Find Our Way Through the Forest, we are finding our way through a forest. Is this the humans area? Man, a lot of people have been bleeding recently. This is the humans. It's hard to please everybody. The strongest thing you can do is decide who your target audience is and then please those people. Oh my goodness, do I have to go back in town? Too many people bleeding everywhere tonight. That's a lot of blood. Someone should see a doctor. You bet.
That's not Cedric.
Dude! Oh my goodness. Okay. I think it's cool to have one false trail. Maybe 2 false trails. 3 false trails? It becomes less like a clever investigation and more like a just run everywhere. Let's drink another potion. So funny to me that so many people have done this. And in a lot of circumstances, people are like, wow, you know, I've never noticed that before. You know what, guys? When players get their hands on your game, it's the worst thing ever. They just break everything you've done. They run off in the completely opposite direction, and you're like, where are you going, and why are you there, and what on earth? This isn't Cedric either, is it? Okay, so from here I can go in 2 directions, and if I go off this way, there are 2 directions again. There's that way and this way, and I've been up this way, and it's not Cedric. Right? And I've been down that way, and it's not Cedric. So let's go back out in the forest again. Someone said, I can't wait to do that to Eternal Crusade. Yep, you guys will. And I'll be like, how could you get up there? No, like, stop sniping from that spot.
Take care of yourself.
And it will be the worst. There's no blood down here, so this is not where Cedric is. Yes, no game survives first contact with the players. Let me just F5 so I can like reload and not have to drink all of my cats. Now, like, there's nothing here. Yeah, drink all of my cats. What was that? Oh, that's a trap. Thank goodness I've... Oh, maybe I'm on the right track now. Thank goodness I've deactivated all of the traps around here by running over them. Repeatedly. Oh no! Oh no!
The storyteller frustrated. This guy won't help me find Cedric.
Dude, what? Aha!
Kedmill, Gwynblade. I no longer feel the pain. Always wanted to die among trees.
Cedric, what happened?
Triss asked me for help. I killed the Dwan guarding the door, and we broke in. Again, I killed a Dwan.
I know. Where's Triss?
A Witcher came in, attacked us. I tried to protect Triss. He was fast. Too fast for me. He hit Triss before she could cast a spell. He knew how to fight a sorceress. Then he ordered her to activate the megascope. He needed to get to Edirn, near the dwarven town of Vergen. Triss said it was madness, that she didn't have the coordinates. He gave her a strange look, threatening. Better give it your best. You're going first, with me right behind you. Then I passed out. When I woke, they were gone. I knew I was dying. The forest called me.
Why, Cedric? Why did you get involved?
Why did you? Sometimes we must. Have I told you about my visions? That's why I drink. It helps. I'm safe in a mist of vodka. See nothing, feel nothing.
Cedric, calm down.
But now I see clearly. You need to regain your memory. Only then will you understand who's killing Crowned Dwan. And why.
How can I get it back?
In Edirn. In a place tainted with dark magic. Where ghosts of the fallen will fight a great battle. Save their souls, and your memory will return. What's happening with the forest? I feel a presence.
Ghost raccoon.
They come to bid you farewell.
My forest. Barthel, Gwynblade. Farewell.
Geralt, where have you been?
The Kingslayer, damn it. I almost had him. He fled. Teleported to Edirn.
What? How?
He forced Triss to cast the spell.
Shit.
Roach sent me to find you. We're setting off. He's learned something new.
The Scoia'tael are also up to something big.
What's Roach planning?
He went off on Laredo, so it must concern the Commandant. It's something important.
What are the Scoia'tael planning?
They want to storm the barge and they need your help.
When did you join the Scoia'tael, Zoltan?
It's not like that. They're taking the prisoners to Drakenburg. A special prison for non-humans. Bloody monument to human hatred.
I'll talk to them. Maybe Roach or the Scoia'tael can finally be useful.
Meet Yorvath at the Elven Ruins. Hey, let's level up. What time is it? 11:32. Awesome. Jasper, hey, I know you want to sit in my lap, but there's not really any room, buddy. So I have to unlock an ability to throw daggers. Do I want to do that? Speed of vigor regenerated during combat. That would be really nice. Vitality plus 25 would probably be even nicer. What's this? Whoa, dang. I feel like I do want that. Oh, but for right now, I think I'm gonna keep going down this tree. Cool. Thanks for hanging out, Jacoby. Here is a fuzzy boy. He wants to sit on my table, but I'm not gonna let him, and he's gonna be very sad about it. Here's his tail. No, buddy. Sorry. Come here. You can stay here. You can stay on my lap. That's fine. Yeah, you can stay on my lap. Hey, kitten. If you're not convinced by Eternal Crusade yet, that's fine. I mean, the best thing for you to do is just wait and watch. I don't want to ask you to spend your money unless you're convinced. So, you know, keep an eye on our live streams and see what kind of cool new features we're putting in. You'll see the game as it develops, as it grows over time, which I think is one of the coolest things about the development strategy that we're taking with our transparent development. Because you can even go look on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/eternalcrusade, and you can see like the old videos that we released with like the gray box environments, and then you can see the newer videos that we've released with the art dressed environments, stuff like that.
Yorvath awaits you. Do on.
I think the best thing to do is keep evaluating. Is that Yorvath? Where's Yorvath? Ah.
Where is he?
He forced Triss to teleport them both to Edirn.
No. The Scoia'tael in Edirn will pay for my stupidity with their lives.
Elias, ready the unit to march. You'll leave immediately.
Why Upper Edirn?
The Pontar Valley is a juicy piece of meat beset by hounds.
The Scoia'tael bite hardest.
It's our land. Our forefathers' land. I'm no bandit, Gwynblade. I lead a great army.
And you plan to be king? King Yorvath I?
I've already told you. I know the head the crown would fit. We merely have to place it there.
Whose head is it?
One who believes in integrity, honesty, and honor. A person who won't sell out to Nilfgaard for a few florins. A woman named Saskia.
Is she your fiancée?
Don't mock me, Gwynblade.
It sounds like she's more important to you, not just a woman whose head would fit the crown.
You'll understand once you meet her. Soon the whole world will hear of the Virgin of Aedirn. A woman blessed with extraordinary courage.
Has she proven her courage, or is that just talk?
She defeated a dragon.
You said you're going to Vergen.
True.
Why go to a dwarven town?
Henselt and his army have pitched camp on the right riverbank. The Virgin and a sorceress gather reinforcements to defend Aedirn.
Which sorceress?
Philippa Eilhart.
What's a Redanian sorceress doing in Aedirn?
Only she can reveal that.
It sounds like you want to establish an elven state.
There is already an elven state. Dol Blathanna.
Francesca Findabair rules there.
Rules? She merely carries out Nilfgaardian orders. We want a truly free state, where an elf could visit a human inn. A land where humans could enter the forest without fear.
What does the leader of an army expect?
Sounds good to me.
That you accompany me to Aedirn. Perhaps you'll find your sorceress there. You'll certainly find someone who will soon change the balance of power in the north.
There was a massacre in Flotsam. The streets run red with your brethren's blood.
I know. That's why I need your help.
You want me to murder humans at your side?
I wish death upon every one of those Dwan. But that's not the point. Upper Aedirn is our goal.
That's 2 days' travel on foot. You'll never make it in time.
I have a plan.
What plan?
First, you must agree to help us.
I can help, but I need to take care of something first.
Be quick. I shall wait.
Hmm. I'm gonna sneeze. Yep. Let's go see what Vernon Roach has to say. I'm feeling quite quite generous to the elves because I sympathize with their plight. And they don't, like, Yorveth doesn't seem to want violence, right? He just wants to establish a safe haven. He's like, yeah, I hate the humans and I want them all dead, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to create a safe space. Star Citizen. Miguel set me down the other day at his PC, and he had me play through the Arena Commander mode of Star Citizen. They've done an excellent job of making that game feel like a simulation. It's really impressive. To me, that's why they've met with such success in their crowdfunding, is because players look at it and they really believe that it's real, because, you know, all of the controls are manipulable, and it seems like a real ship, and it seems like a real hangar, and just all sorts of stuff. The detail that they've put into making the ships and designing the systems is incredibly deep. It's so dark. Wow. There we go. Star Citizen they've decided to try to do something incredibly ambitious. And I think it is worth asking, can they deliver?
Waiting inside.
Roach, things have gotten a little more complicated.
What the fuck were you doing with the Scoia'tael? You gave Yorveth a sword.
You followed me?
I've got others who do that for me, Geralt. Ves, to be exact.
Yorveth knows a lot about the Kingslayer, and they no longer see eye to eye. He could lead us to him.
The only journey I'll make with Yorveth in tow is to the scaffold in Vizima's marketplace.
The Kingslayer fled to Vergen in Aedirn. He forced Triss to teleport them both.
Damn, he's made a mockery of us! If that's how he wants to play, I'll make him regret it.
Flotsam's ablaze. How did it start?
When Vess reported you'd met with Yorveth, I ordered Laredo to provide us with backup. The incompetent oafs were supposed to wait for a signal, but the crossbowmen were twitchy. We surprised them, but Yorveth, the Scoia'tael, gave us hell. We barely escaped alive. Many of my men are wounded, but Laredo's people... When news that elves massacred a dozen soldiers hit the trading post, 2 of the soldiers' fathers decided to take it out on an elven girl. You can imagine what happened next.
I heard you have news for me.
Laredo has a deal with Kedwin. That merchant living in his house is Henselt's agent. For a pouch of gold, the good commandant promised to support Kedwini troops in the event of a conflict.
So what now?
I want that spy, to squeeze him for information. And I've sentenced Commandant Laredo to death.
Roach, we have to sail. We need to get to Edirn.
I'm not leaving until I deal with Laredo. The spy may know something about the Kingslayers. I wouldn't be surprised if Henselt of Kedwin was behind all this.
I'll be back later.
Damn it!
How did you end up in the Blue Stripes?
Why'd you ask?
I have trust issues. I'd like to know who's covering my ass.
No need to worry, Witcher. I'm good at what I do.
Do I see a sensitive little girl hiding behind a mask of indifference?
I wouldn't be here if you were right. I was raised in a small village where people cared about 2 things only. If the drought was going to destroy their crops, and if the Scoia'tael would appear in the local woods. One day, a large Scoia'tael unit appeared. They burned the village to the ground and slaughtered all the inhabitants. I alone survived because their commander, the bastard, fancied me. They dragged me around with them for months. I knew they'd kill me once they tired of me. And then Vernon turned up.
Did he draft you into service?
He taught me everything I know. In time, I realized my place was with the Blue Stripes. I'm a soldier because I do it well.
Ever dreamed of a different life?
Finch, our marksman, once tried farming, but he just didn't have the hands for it.
Bet he'd get me right between the eyes from 80 paces off.
100. I've tried cooking, darning, smiling like a doll, serving beer in a tavern. None of my thing.
Nice area, isn't it?
I prefer these little towns, forgotten by gods and people alike, to palaces and castles. It's survival of the fittest here. At least you know what to expect. So yes, I like it here.
Is your hatred towards the Scoia'tael some sort of revenge?
You don't know me, Geralt. Human or non-human, it makes no difference to me. We were chosen to fight the Scoia'tael, and that's the mission we pursue. To me, the Scoia'tael are but bandits hiding out in the woods. If there were humans among them, I'd kill them in a flash just the same.
The man we're looking for is much more dangerous than any Scoia'tael.
Must be, if he managed to outwit Geralt of Rivia.
It wasn't the first time someone tried to kill Foltest. I killed an assassin before. That means there could be more assassins out there.
If anyone screws up, it won't be me, I assure you.
So... I mean, it doesn't feel like Vernon Roach made a very interesting appeal.
Geralt, we don't have time.
I wish I could hear him say again what he was offering.
Hello, Geralt.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go with Yorveth. But I'll take the Orans first. The Oran. It's interesting. That conversation with Vernon implied that it was my fault that that the town burst into violence because I gave Yorveth a sword. The Scoia'tael fought the warriors, the soldiers, and as a result of the Scoia'tael killing the soldiers, the town burst into violence. And once again, like Neko Evangeline pointed out, they used, you know, a woman in distress as the flashpoint for the violence. These two farmers decided to take it out on an elven girl. And, you know, it's just worth pointing out. But the interesting bit of that from a gameplay perspective is, was my decision to give Yorveth a sword really the instigator for the violence in town? Because if it was, that feels very cool. And I know that they did things like that in The Witcher 1, so I find it believable that that could have been a gameplay interaction in place. Yeah, Joas8 is saying he thinks that Vernon wasn't trying to appeal to me because he assumed that I would stay with him. But as a player of the game, rather than as Geralt, like I feel like I understand more what's going to happen if I side with Yorveth versus what's going to happen if I side with Vernon. Playing Star Citizen for a little bit with a keyboard and mouse made me, like, all of a sudden I was much more interested in buying a really high-end joystick so I could play all this awesome stuff. Alright, let's go.
Considered my proposal?
For the non-humans.
I need to know more.
No, Vatgern. You helped me with Leth. We may both be pursuing the same son of a... Make your choice now.
Alright.
Count me in. We'll get Letho together.
Excellent. We've no time to lose. We need to capture the prison barge.
You want to enter a town where they're massacring elves? I take back what I said. You're not grandiose. You're mad.
My mother claimed likewise.
Okay, go to the meeting with Skoyatel. What? Oh. Brionia is always nice. Always need more Brionia. Leopold FFB is asking, what are my opinions on add-ons? I assume that you mean add-ons like in World of Warcraft. And it depends on the game. For a game like World of Warcraft, where being able to customize the information that you're receiving is really nice because the different classes have really different pieces of information that they care about. Add-ons do a great job of expanding the functionality of the UI. Now, I do also think that the UI should sort of give you the information that you need, and I think that as World of Warcraft has remade itself over time, they've done more of that. So, like, if you're a Frost Mage, you get, like, the Frost indicators, and if you're an Arcane Mage, you get the Arcane Power indicators built into the UI itself. I think it's important from a design and from a UX perspective to build a UI that serves the purpose that the players need, and that add-ons can help fill the gap when the UI doesn't do that.
I'm here.
At last.
The trading post is in turmoil. You sure this is a good idea?
We'll not enter the town. We'll divide the unit. Take my best scout and attack from the harbor. I'll sail downriver with the others. Most of the guards should be at the trading post.
So we're benefiting from the massacre?
Not the way I'd put it, but yes.
Right. The harbor could still be dangerous.
What did you expect, a tea party?
It's not that. We should trick them, as we did Letho.
We can't expect any support in the harbor.
But most of the guards are at the trading post. There's only a handful to deal with on the barge.
Fine. They'll be dead before they can reach for their swords.
Then we can signal the others.
None will get away this time. All right, let's do it your way. Skoyatal, Evelian! Vryed! Vryed! Follow me!
Okay. Lead Yorveth to the prison barge. Where's the prison barge? Right. Guess I'm just like going all the way around. Yeah, there he goes. Again, good escort quest. They really...
This is the place.
We have to get past.
They knew how to do it.
Piece of Lembas.
Piece of Lembas.
Nothing.
Ha ha ha.
Lead.
That's funny. Hey guys, I captured the elf.
Halt! Who goes there?
The Witcher. I've captured an elf.
Some catch. That's Yorveth. Laredo'll piss himself with joy.
He ordered me to take him to the barge.
Ha! We're about to sink that heap.
Right here?
What? And foul the water? No. We'll drown them down river.
Let's go.
River.
Yorveth's been caught. Close the gates tight. I don't want a flea slipping through.
Want to hear something funny, Gwynblade?
What?
I made life for these Dwarves a living hell, yet I've never been here before.
Now that you see the hell you helped to create, what do you make of it?
They see me for the first time as well, yet I sense not a hint of remorse.
Should there be any?
They've got
I suppose not. They wish to watch me die, and I wish to watch them die.
Kill the
It's the way of things in this world. The other side of the coin. The concept devised by philosophers in Oxenfurt who have never set foot in Flotsam.
Oi. Oi! Where are you taking that elf?
It's Yorveth. Larita ordered me to put him on the prison barge.
Fuck me, Yorveth himself. The son of a bitch shot me brother. Mind if I settle the score a little?
Stand aside. There's no time for that.
Why not?
I have orders to take him to the barge.
What are you then? An elf lover?
You don't have to follow Larito's orders, but think what'll happen if you don't.
Ah, sod it. Probably have me whipped.
This bit has really good ambience.
That little Dwan whore. I like his kind best. Killing them is like pulling weeds. Strangely relaxing.
A simple thank you would do.
Oh, my manners. Consider yourself my hero.
And where might you be going?
I'm taking Yorveth to the barge. Larito's orders.
Oh, all right then.
Usually, when I'm playing a game and it forces me to walk slowly, I hate it. Hate it. But they did a really good job here because, like, they framed your entry into town in a really neat way. Like, you had all the people lining the street, so it felt like you were proceeding through a crowd. That was really cool. You could hear them talking. And then they also had exchanges between Yorveth and Geralt that you could listen to, so it was filling the space as you walked. And all of the rain and the darkness, it just all makes it a really nice environment. All of the whole setting really supports the emotion of what's going on right now. Really well done. Ta-dum.
I'll take those on the left. You go right.
Nice. Holy hell. Okay, that was super cool.
Don't be gullible, elf.
That's to me!
Done.
I knew you'd partner with those hate-mongers, mutant. Think yourself a hero, do you? Sail away, and I'll burn these sluts alive!
We sail. Our women are prepared to die.
But I'm not prepared to let murder happen. I'm going ashore.
Putting women in danger as a plot point.
One.
Let's go. So, a couple of archers. What time is it? It's 11:59. And I think that means that I'm done for the day. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for being awesome when talking about video games and feminism and all of that stuff. You guys are totally cool. Making sure I save, exit to the main menu. Any quick questions before we call an end to the stream? Thanks for hanging out. You guys are a lot of fun to stream for. Always a nice relaxing Saturday morning to stream a little Witcher 2. Hitman 2399. I couldn't forget you. Let me switch over here. Ta-da! Big face. Sword throwing is pretty cool. I really liked that idea someone had in chat of shooting swords in a bow. Yeah, that's great. Twilight Spark, of course I love you. Of course. People are asking when I'm gonna do Battle Royale with Ryan Assmore. I don't know. Hopefully this weekend. When am I going to put my feminist agenda into Eternal Crusade? What makes you think it's not there already? Secretly, every outpost is shaped like a woman. Alright guys. Looks like you guys are not super curious today, which is just fine. So, have a wonderful day. And I'll see y'all next week, same time, same place, for the continuance of the playthrough of The Witcher 2. So, thanks for hanging out, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye, y'all.